Duh. Good morning. What's going on, everybody? How's it going this morning? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. How is everyone doing this morning? I am doing good. Just a little tired. Trying to be on normal people time is not my fun. My fun is part of my week. But here I am. Here you are. We're all here together. So, some things going on in the news, I suppose we can start with that. Today, is it today? Well, the First Circuit Court is going to consider whether the Trump administration wrongfully revoked the temporary legal status of hundreds of thousands of Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans that were living in the U.S. There was a 2022 Biden-era policy. Why did we freeze? Oh, thank you for the heart me. Biden-era policy that let Venezuelans who enter the United States by air request a 2-year parole if they pass certain security checks. And the U.S. had a U.S. financial sponsor, so they had like a family member already living in the United States. Then that was later expanded to Cubans, Haitians, and Nicaraguans in 2023. Immigration parole is like a temporary protected status. It's used for urgent humanitarian reasons or significant public benefit. So we're having people come and work in sectors that needed people, construction, agriculture, things like that. They were allowed to come for those reasons in addition to those humanitarian reasons. But Trump ended the humanitarian parole programs in an executive order that he signed his first day back in office. Department of Homeland Security moved to terminate the program in March, cutting short the 2-year parole grants. Administration said that they were revoking the parole status would make it easier to place migrants in a fast-track deportation process called expedited removal. Hi guys, make sure that you're tapping the screen and sharing the live. Get some comments in there. Everybody drop a good morning. We got to interact with the live to get it out to the FYP and also so that we can have some people to talk to. Remember, I don't do debates, I have conversations. Yesterday we had a good friend run face first into the point about the insurrectionists, which was actually pretty funny. No shares is insane. It is insane. But there's only 31 people in here. I'm sure there's a lot of people live this morning, and that's totally okay. We're hanging out. But going back to that, so the group of migrants who were granted parole and Americans who served as sponsors sued the administration, claiming the administration violated federal law governing the actions of government agencies. So there's a lawsuit that's going on right now. And so, again, the First Circuit Court is going to hear that. In April, there was a U.S. District Judge, Indira Halwani, from Boston, who halted the administration's move to end the immigration parole grant, which was granted to 532,000 people. The First Circuit declined to put Talwani's decision on hold, and on May 30th, the U.S. Supreme Court agreed with the First Circuit and allowed the administration to proceed while the lawsuit continues. I know. I'm sorry, Scooter. I'm here. I'm right there with you, buddy. So today, the First Circuit panel of judges, it's Judge William Kayada, Laura Monteclavo, and Gustavo Gelpi will hear arguments in this case. So if you're just now joining us, we're talking about the First Circuit Court hearing whether or not the Trump administration wrongfully revoked temporary legal status of hundreds of thousands of people from Cuba, Venezuela, Nicaragua, and Haiti. Again, that number was 532,000 people had temporary protective status. They were here on an immigration parole. In order to get that parole, they had to prove humanitarian crisis or significant need to be here in the country, meaning that they were going to work in industries that needed people desperately. And they also had to have a financial sponsor here in the United States, so they had to have someone who was a U.S. citizen who would be sponsoring them so that they wouldn't need access to social programs. You're actually not eligible for social programs except in extreme circumstances when you're here under anything other than a citizen status. So that's happening today. What else is happening today? Ah, yes. The DOJ is facing a deadline today laid out in detail. It's to lay out in detail its arguments for unsealing the grand jury records in the Jeffrey and Maxwell cases. Nonprofits that provided support to the survivors of domestic violence and SA in 17 states will urge U.S. Judge William Smith in Providence, Rhode Island, to block the DOJ from requiring recipients of grants issued pursuant to the Violence Against Women Act to certify that they will not support DEI programs that discuss gender ideology or serve immigrants in the U.S. illegally. That's interesting. That's happening today. Also, U.S. District Judge David Proctor in Birmingham, Alabama, will consider objections to a $2.8 billion class action settlement resolving claims that Blue Cross and Blue Shield underpaid reimbursements to hospitals, physicians, or other medical professionals. Blue Cross denied any wrongdoing in agreeing to the settlement, which includes a series of new business practices. And some hospitals have opted out of the deal and are suing on their own in other federal courts. So Blue Cross Blue Shield is getting the butt kicked. Dylan, what's up? Fuck your feelings. What's up? Baxter, hello. Good morning to the three of you over on YouTube. It's nice to see you. Mr. Sunday Show, how are you? So these are a whole bunch of legal things that are going on in the United States right now. Sorry, I had to drink some coffee. Probably shouldn't have drank coffee when I took my ADHD medicine, but holy heart attack, here we come. Holy heart attack, here we come. I look like shit because I'm so tired. I'm so tired. The Trump administration also filed a misconduct complaint against Judge Boasberg. What else? That's really it. I know yesterday was a sad day here in the United States. We had yet another two pew-pewing events. Thank you, everybody, for sending the Go Populars and the Heart Me's. I appreciate you. I see you, Justin. I see you, Empowered. Thank you so much for sending those over. Good mornings, Dee. How are you? I haven't heard any more about it, but I know that I had just said that the DOJ is facing a deadline today to lay out in detail its arguments for unsealing the grand jury records. So I haven't heard anything else about it, whether or not they made some kind of decision. I know that come the fall session of the Supreme Court, good morning, baby Femi, that Maxwell is seeking to have her conviction overturned. So we shall see. We shall see. But that's going to wait until the fall. SCOTUS won't hear that till the fall because they get summer recess. It must be nice to, only have to work certain months of the year. They get a nice, don't say that, D, you're on a journey. TikTok will flag that. They get a nice winter break. They get a nice summer break. Well, the rest of us have to go to work. That did happen earlier. Was it this week or I think it was last week? France recognized Palestine as a state. I'll be in France later this year. I think, depending on how much time I have, I may be doing some street interviews. We'll see how the French people feel about the United States. So you guys be interested in seeing that? Good morning, Timeless. Yes, also, P.S. Free Palestine. You would be interested in seeing that. All right. Well, I don't know if we'll be able to find enough people to make a whole segment out of it that speak English, but I was thinking about that in the car this morning when I was taking my daughter to camp. What questions would I ask them? I definitely would think that I would ask them, how do you feel about Donald Trump, and if they have any advice to Americans and what that advice would be. When dealing with this current administration and what we could do going forward. So I think, I'm in France. I will be in France and I will be in Italy and potentially Belgium later this year. So I definitely think that I'm going to do some street interviews. I do not speak French or Italian or any other languages besides Spanish. So I definitely will, Eli. Yes. So talking about Gaza, it's horrific. It is famine level starvation that is going on over there. Israel continues to deny that is what is happening, that people are not starving. We've seen the pictures. We've heard the stories. That is exactly what's happening over there. Israel is lying. Shocker. I'm going for vacation, Freya. I'll be going to Disneyland Paris. Oh, okay, D. I'm going to Disneyland Paris, and then we're going to explore. So it's going to be myself, my kids, and my ex. Not that ex. Other ex. We are very good friends now, and we get along great. And so we're going to do something nice for the kids, for our children, and take them on a nice vacation. He currently lives in Europe. He lives in Belgium, and so we're gonna take them out to go see him, and because they haven't seen him since May, and so yeah, exactly, Bones. I feel like I need to clarify, not that one, not that one, so that they can see him. You know, that's their dad, and they miss him, and so it'll be nice. Buenos dias, Nadi, who is all the way in Colombia. I hope that you're having a great time out there on vacation. Good morning, GMG. Yeah, sugar Ziadu around here. These TikTok streets are crazy. Yada yada. Oh my gosh, really? You almost spit out your coffee. Listen, I don't. Rumor has it he wants to come back to social media, but I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna go. I have reblocked that phone number, so yeah. Absolutely, Katie's. You ain't about to catch me. Nope. I don't think so either, Black Sheep. Look, maybe I'm too much of an empathetic person, to be honest. That might be my downfall. But I do feel for the current situation that they're in. It is not a good situation, and so I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't feel like I care one way or the other. Um, but I do definitely feel really bad for the things that are going on for them right now. I don't feel like anybody really deserves that. Um, I don't know, because I just don't know what to think. I just I don't know. I'm too much of a fucking softie, I think is what it is for all people, and it gets me like, you know. Ugh. But I don't want to be mean, Eli. I want to be mean and be like, I don't fucking care, fuck that. But I can't. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because I'll do that, and then like maybe it's because I grew up Catholic and I have like Catholic guilt. I don't know. I got that Catholic guilt. Oh shit. I don't know what. Fuck that shit. But no, you grew up Catholic too, baby baby sis. You know what I'm talking about? Like those of you who grew up Catholic, I feel like Catholic guilt is like a real fucking thing. I don't know. It is. It really is real. I'm sorry if you guys hear like a lot of background noise. My little robot vacuum, his name is Rocky, is doing his thing. You grew up a Jehovah's Witness. Yeah. No, JJ always says that, and then I'm like, do I have an echo? Really? Do I? No, it's just JJ saying that because they want to fuck with me. I know I don't have an echo. I actually don't even have an echo on YouTube right now. Yeah, yeah, Eli wins in the religious trauma section for sure. Not that trauma is ever a competition because everybody's trauma is valid. But yeah, yeah. Has anybody ever been like on recovering Mormon talk? Hey, I wish that I could. I don't know. It's a really tricky situation with helping people because of things that have happened. I'm more than willing to let you come up on the panel and talk about what it is that you have going on. And if people find it in their heart to be able to assist you, I'm more than willing to do that. However, I don't do fundraising like that anymore unless it's somebody that I know, because of all of the things that have happened. What's a PK? What does that stand for? I don't know what that stands for. Oh, Preacher's Kid. What did Max say? I didn't see it. Yeah, you can come up, Kay, if you want to, but I can't guarantee anybody will help out. I can't do that. I have a friend that I'm about to actually respond to their text message. I didn't want to respond to it in the middle of the night. So thank you for reminding me that. Okay. Do. Oh, wow. Really? Jeez Louise. Yeah. Holy airball. Holy fucking airball. This is the weirdest. Hey, Be Rich. Work has been work. Like, that's it. It's been work. This is the weirdest article title I've ever seen. IMF edges 2025 growth forecast slightly higher, warns tariff risks still dog outlook. That is a weird article title. Yes, I did fall. I slept too much, I think, and I didn't get to do everything that I needed to do. But also, I'm still really tired. It's so hard. Oh, fuck. It's so hard flipping back and forth and to be a present parent when I need to be a present parent and then still be able to get sleep. And it's just, I'm having a hard time if I'm being completely honest. Economy wise, it's still going to continue to be a roller coaster. Good morning, Tattoo Maven. It's going to continue to be a roller coaster. We're going to continue to see all kinds of shit. Like, I don't think that the tariffs with the EU are going to cause too much of an impact. 15%, I think, is what we were at before. So nothing really changed. You know, the art of the deal. That great businessman did absolutely nothing except negotiate and go through economic ups and downs for the people of the United States. Just to land on the same fucking thing they were on. Oh God, really, Femi? The art of nothing, exactly. The art of wasting people's time. I don't see any guest requests. I thought that person wanted to come up. No, there were tariffs from certain countries. Let's see. Let me see what it was. So yeah, around 72% entered at zero tariff rate. So that's not the entire EU. I just told you 72%. Anyway, Kay, what's up? How are you, love?
Can you hear me or see me? I've never done this before.
I can hear you, but you have an echo. So swipe all the way out of the app. Like, don't close it. Just go to your home screen and come back. All right,
Okay, I'm back.
let's try that. Nah, I can still hear myself, but that's okay.
My screen is completely black. I don't see you or me.
I can see you. I can see you
and hear you.
You can see me?
I can.
I need to turn my camera off. I don't know how though. I see the mic.
Tap on your Your camera's not
Your
on.
camera's not on.
Oh. Okay. Okay, well, I don't see anything. Might need to restart her app.
Yeah, you might need to
Yeah, you
restart
might
your
need to
app.
restart your app.
So do
To-
swipe out of it and come back.
Drop me a follow and
Drop
then
me a
just come
follow
back.
and then just come back.
Okay.
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 I can hear her, but it's just there's a big echo, so I like hear myself. I don't know if they did follow me, but that's okay. I don't care. It doesn't matter if you follow me or not. If you need help, you need help, and that's totally okay. There we go. All right, we're gonna try it again.
Try it again.
Nope, still an echo,
Nope,
but that's
still an
okay.
echo,
Go
but
ahead.
that's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I've always followed you. But
Okay.
and you're so
Okay.
real, and I appreciate you. You're like, even if she doesn't follow me.
So what do you
I
got
work
going
as a
on?
What do you got going
pediatric.
on?
I work as a pediatric therapist, and I work in the schools. So for the summertime, essentially, I was laid off for the summer. Basically, they don't need me for the summer, which has been like 3 months of just not getting a full-time, check. I have part-time jobs, I have PRN jobs, but it's just it. And I work so much, I feel like, but it never seems like enough. My apartment filed for eviction on me, so I do have a court date coming up next week. I've never even done anything like this. I don't even know.
Okay, so
No,
let's
it's gonna
start
come
with
with-
what do you need to do to stop the eviction?
To stop the eviction.
They said I need to put down a substantial amount, and I asked what that was, and they said like at least 1 month's rent. But they said if I do that, then I'll. Can you hear me? I did swipe out of the app trying to look at the
Yeah.
message. They did say that I'll be able to make a payment plan with the attorney. So I don't even know if I have an option to stop what's already happening. Because I've been served a court summons already on my door.
But even with
But
them
even with
filing
them
eviction,
filing
you can usually
eviction,
stop
you can
the
usually
eviction.
stop the eviction.
If you
Oh,
pay a
okay.
certain
If you
amount.
pay a certain amount.
How much is your rent?
How much is your rent?
My rent is $830 a month.
$830.
$830.
How much do you need to
How
get
much
to
do you
that
need to get to that $830?
So I'm a little bit still behind for June, and I don't have July paid yet at all.
So you're a month
So I
and a
have
half.
So you're a
behind.
month and a half behind.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you have
Do you
Cash
have
App, Venmo?
Cash App, Venmo?
I have Cash App, yeah.
What's your
And
Cash App?
Venmo.
What's your Cash App?
Should I drop it or should I
Yeah,
just
put it in the chat.
say
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Okay. This is my Cash App. It's just my name. And then, can I go to Venmo and come back to this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Just swipe out.
Just
It's
swipe
fine.
out. It's fine.
Okay.
As long as you're less than 2 minutes, it won't kick you. If anybody can help Kayla, stop their eviction, that would be great. Their Cash App is there in the chat. We're gonna call it CA just so that TikTok doesn't get mad. It's Kayla Donald. I personally cannot because I just help somebody else. What is your court date?
What is your court date?
It's the 6th.
The 6th.
The 6th.
I may be able to send
I may
you
be
a
able
little
to
bit
send you a
something
little
when
bit
I get
something.
paid again, but I can't guarantee
Can't
it.
guarantee it.
You guys are so helpful. I'm about to cry again. I've been crying. But crying doesn't change anything. Like I know how it is. I work really, really hard too. So this has never happened to me. I'm really trying to stick it out and see if I get a contract for this upcoming school year, but I haven't heard anything back. And you guys probably know school starts in a little bit. So I'm just like, I don't.
Yeah, you just gotta
make it till then.
I know, that's it. I'm like, I've been talking to my landlord. They normally work with me, but they're like, no, we're filing, and it's just been rough.
Computer's right. We're
Thank
all
you guys
together.
so
We're all
much.
together in this
adventure called life.
Yes, thank you guys.
So if anybody can help out Kayla, Kayla, hang on the chat and just drop your pay things every once in a while, and I'll make some announcements and see if we can help you out.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop you though.
I'm gonna drop you though because that echo is
wicked.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you.
okay.
I appreciate you.
No problem.
No problem. Bye.
Bye-bye.
We got to say a big buenos dias in the YouTube chat to Jeffrey. Jeffrey is over in the YouTube chat. If you guys know who Jeffrey is, Jeffrey's over in YouTube. Everybody say, what's up, Jeffrey? Good morning. Oh shit. But yeah, if you guys can help out Kayla, that would be really, really appreciated. I'm gonna send Kayla a little bit of something that I can send right now. I wish that I could do more for you, Kayla, but unfortunately I can't. Let me see. Hey. Oh, I about to lost it. Kayla Donald. My vacuum's yelling at me because I can't get back to the thing. All right. Kayla, I sent you a little something. Just make sure that you acknowledge it so that I know that you got it. You should have a little bit of help. This community is really great with helping people if we can. Melissa, Claire, everybody who is helping out, thank you so much. Even if, it's not enough to get the rent, at least it's enough to help get other things. Oh, that's right. It's afternoon for you, Jeffrey. My bad. My bad. My bad. Oh, don't be in tears, Kayla. Don't be in tears. We'll do what we can to help you. I'll keep reminding just every so often, just drop your stuff in the chat so that people know that you need some help. But if you guys didn't see it, CA is Kayla Donald, and the blue V app is Kayla D1229. If you guys can help Kayla, they're facing eviction right now, and I'm sure that they need just a little bit of love and support from the community. So whatever you can do to help out, um, there you go. Kayla says it's been hard, y'all. I'm so grateful. So I'm not gonna put a mask on live, GMG. It ain't happening. I know that's your thing, but I'm not doing it. Katie, I see you on YouTube. How's everything going over there? You and Jeffrey, the two mods over on YouTube. YouTube is pretty quiet. We do need to check and see how the call-in line works, if it's working. I know that YouTube will be able to hear it for sure, but I don't know that TikTok will be able to hear it. So we'll have to do like a little test on that. But yeah, so we've talked about some things that are coming up in the court system with the First Circuit Court. They're going to hear arguments as to whether or not the Trump administration wrongly ended temporary protected status for 532,000 people that came from the countries of Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. They removed their temporary protected status that was granted in both 2022 and 2023. That allowed them to stay in this country, that they had to prove humanitarian need or being of significant, what was the wording? Significant, hold on. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. Urgent humanitarian reasons or significant public benefit. So they ended that temporary protected status for those people that were here. They passed security checks, they went through all of the things, and they also had to have a financial sponsor here in the United States. So they had to have someone here in the United States who was able to provide documentation and proof that they would be able to financially support that person should they not be able to become employed and care for themselves. So 532,000 migrants, and that was done in order to fast track the deportation process called expedited removal. So that impacted many, many, many families. 532,000 migrants were affected by the Trump administration's executive order in that case. So again, that's going to be heard by the First District Court, First Circuit Court, today. That's right, Anima. Everyone send the team heart and comment at least once per live. Make sure that you're active and interacting in the space because 86 people at 9:30 in the morning is abysmal, my loves. We are not doing a great job. Oh, you saw the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere in Vegas? That's pretty fucking cool. That is pretty cool, Katie. That's like teenage dream right there. You just got here? Well, I don't like your username though, friend. That is not a great username. And I'm not even going to say that. But if anybody would like to come and talk about things that you're seeing happen in the Trump administration, whether you agree, if you agree with them, I would love to hear your commentary. How do you feel about the Trump administration ending temporary protected status for those 532,000 people? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Knowing that those people had passed through security checks and that they had financial support here already in the United States. If you agree with that, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Good morning, Hillebranch. It's nice to see you. I'm clicking back and forth between the chats so I don't miss anything from YouTube because my poor YouTubers, they get no love. Your 13-year-old self is healed, Katie. I love that for you. Okay, there is hope out there. Also, check into local programs. There are some programs that can do temporary cash assistance and help you avoid eviction, but definitely do what you can. I know it feels really cumbersome to be facing that and then have to do things on top of that, research and calling, and you always feel like you're hitting a wall. Thank you so much, Baby Femi, for all the gifts. I appreciate you guys. Just dropping those OneCoin gifts helps a lot. It shows TikTok that you like being here and you want me to be here, and it pushes it out so that people can see the live. So that's what's going on with that stuff this morning. Let me see if I can find you some other things that are going on. I don't think so. That's really it. Trump did issue a statement on the tragic Manhattan situation that happened yesterday. If you guys didn't know that there was two mass pew pew events in the United States, there was one in Manhattan, and I forgot where the other one is. My vacuum is yelling at me. Let me go do that. Gosh, there was a pew pewing in. I hate having to say that. There was a shooting in Thailand, in Bangkok. I'll be right back. My vacuum is yelling at me. Yes, there are protests going on this weekend, August 2nd. I'll tell you about them. I'll tell you about the protests in just a minute. All right, sorry about that. The vacuum sucked up something it wasn't supposed to suck up, and so it got jammed. He was yelling at me. So yeah, there were two events. There was one in New York, in Manhattan, that took the lives of 4 people, including 1 police officer, which nobody. The person who initiated the shooting was Shane Tamura, and they had a reported history, mental health history. So, unfortunately, it ended with the gunman taking their own life. It occurred at 345 Park Avenue. So that happened yesterday. No, the vacuum's name is Rocky. Before that, we had one named Jerry. He drove across the country. As far as I know, 4 people were unalived. But hold on, I'll check. Update says 5, if you're including the gunman. So 4 victims and the gunman would be 5 people. So that happened yesterday. But we don't have a problem with firearms in this country, you guys. Not at all. Not at all. Twice yesterday. Huh. Oh my gosh, my knee is hurting. My POTS has been so bad lately. If you guys don't know what POTS is, it's postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Every time that I get up now, and it's the weather. The weather makes it worse. I almost pass out every time I get up. Yesterday was such a rough day for me, and that's probably why I bed rotted all day and slept more than I fucking should have. Because every time I sat up, every time I stood up, like I would just get and I'd have to grab something. Like I'd have to grab the wall or a piece of furniture. And it was not a good day. Look, I don't support taking away firearms from people who are responsible firearm owners. I don't support that. I don't think that, I mean, that's not even something that they want to happen. It just needs to be harder to obtain access, and if people are no longer fit to hold them, then they shouldn't. I don't think it is complicated. I think it needs to be an easier process to have firearms taken away from people within reason. And I also think that people shouldn't be able to access them as readily as they do. Some of the states that exist, like Texas, they make it so easy for people to have access to firearms, and I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary. Katie's, that's probably POTS. When I get hot, my heart rate is insane. Like when I was at Disney last week, we were out in the heat and I was like, man, I don't feel good. I checked my heart rate and it was 167. 167. The average heart rate for an adult is between 70 and 90. And even 90 is bad. Yes, I did hear about the mass knifing event in Michigan where 11 people were harmed. Yeah, 167 is really fucking hard. No, I don't have like AFib or anything else like that associated with it. It's just tachycardia. Also, I have like a low running blood pressure. Like my normal resting blood pressure is like 95 over 60, which the 60 is a little bit high, considering my systolic is 95. But it fluctuates. Like it should be. It makes my tachycardia worse. Thank you so much for the tiny Diney and a float, because he's my favorite. I love it when he kicks his little feet. I gotta show that to Jeffrey. Thank you so much, Cool Sports Rhymes Guy. That is a long username. I'm just gonna call you Cool if that's alright with you. Wow, Tunnel Donald! I love him. He's so cute. That needs to be me. I think when I get off of live this morning, I'm going to put on my bathing suit. I'm going to go lay out in the sun and just get a little relaxing done. And thanks to Cool, we are 50% of the way to today's live goal. Jeffrey said it's because of how angry he makes me. Jeffrey, you actually don't make me angry. You are one of my favorite people. You're a good dude. You're a good dude. We've had our differences. Most of them typically caused by me. But you're a good guy, Jeffrey. We love you. We stand Jeffrey over here. The fucker stand Jeffrey. Very much so. Thank you so much for getting me 50% of the way to my live goal, Cool Sports Guy. Cool Sports Rhymes Guy. I appreciate you. Your POTS has been bad this month. Me too. It's been so bad. And it makes it really hard to function. Like, can you imagine every time you bend down, squat down, stand up, lay down, like everything just spins and you feel like you're going to pass out? It's rough. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Trump makes an announcement on Truth Social about the event that happened yesterday, and the news that I just got, an exclusive from Reuters, Trump administration slashed federal funding for gun violence protection. Look at that. The DOJ cut $150 million in gun violence protection grants. Why? In case you guys forgot, we got Kayla here in the chat. Their CA and their Venmo. My camera's on 10 times zoom. Well, deal with that. Look at this beautiful face with no makeup. Kayla is asking for some help. They need to avoid eviction. Their CA and their Blue V is in the chat. It's Kayla Donald on CA, and then I did not see the one for Kayla D. It's Kayla D 1229, I believe it is, on the V app. So it's gonna get a little noisy in here. Rocky is coming to clean my floor. He'll only be here for a few minutes, but I think I'm gonna send him home, and I'll run it later so that this way you guys don't have to hear it. Let's send Rocky home. I gotta open the app. No, that was done previously. It wasn't done after yesterday. But it's just a part of an investigative report. It was part of the cutbacks that were taking place. Thank you so much for the tiny dinies. We got 2 more till the live goal is complete. Thank you so much, Melissa. I appreciate you. Everybody who is helping out. Kayla, we had Melissa, we had Claire. I sent a little something. Drew helped. Thank you so much, everybody. You guys are amazing. We got 1 more tiny diny until we reach our live goal for the day. And then I'll just put something up like roses because they help push the live out. But yeah, so the Trump administration cut over 158 million in gun violence protection grants. And then we saw 2 events happen here in the United States where people lost their lives to gun violence. We see it happen every fucking day here in this country. Like, we have a problem. For some reason, people don't want to acknowledge that we have a problem. Thank you so much for helping me meet my live goal. I don't know why they don't want to admit that we have an issue here in the United States. It's fucking wild to me. That there's no effort from the right to try to combat this issue. There's no reason why people should senselessly lose their lives to gun violence. We need to have access to better mental health care. Oh, thank you for your level up gift, Tattoo Maven. I appreciate you. You know, it is what it is. Jeffrey wasn't in the room yet. Not Jeffrey. Rocky. Jeffrey, I'm looking at their comment on YouTube. Rocky wasn't in the room yet, but I heard him coming in here like he was just crossing the threshold, so I sent him home. He's going to go charge. Right, they think there isn't a problem. Then they'd actually have to make legislation that was beneficial to people in the United States. And, like, when was the last time we saw the Republican Party do that? When was the last time we saw the Republican Party do something that was beneficial to all people? I'll wait. Thank you so much for the heart, me. Appreciate you. They know there's a problem and they don't care. That's right. Oh, you know what we didn't test? I didn't test to see if you guys could hear my sound effects. Let's see if you guys can hear my sound effects. Can you guys hear that? I know there's sound effects. Can I see the hearts on YouTube? I cannot see the hearts on YouTube because I'm on a multi-stream. So I can't see them. I just see the chat. I see Jeffrey laughing at me in the chat. You can hear it? And then we got this one. Good morning, Elite. Rocky's yelling at me again. It says, error, robot trapped. And then what is this one? That would have been good for our friend yesterday who thought that walking around the Capitol when you're not allowed to be there is okay. But if I showed up at his house, kicked in his door, and just was walking around his house, that was not okay. Yo, that shit sent me to the moon. Like, how do you not understand how fucking ass backwards that is? How ass backwards that is. And then we have the crash out sound. That's the last one I got. So you guys should be able to hear if somebody calls in. If you want to call in, the number is right there on the screen on YouTube. It is 407-494-4348. You can call in and have a discussion. We'll test it out. Let me get the line open and working, and then we'll see how it goes. But there's only a few people over there on YouTube, and they're all friendlies, so that's okay. But anybody can call in and have a discussion. We can talk about anything. You want to talk about gun violence? You want to talk about the Trump administration? You want to talk about whatever. It doesn't matter to me. We can have a chat. We can have a chat about it. But again, that number is 404-494-4348. I am welcoming all commentary. If you'd like to add to the conversation, I am here for it. I'm glad that you guys can hear all my sound effects, because if you can hear the sound effects, that means that you should, in theory, be able to hear phone calls, which would be nice. We can transfer ourselves over to more of a podcast type conversation where we can get people on the panel here on TikTok as well as on the phone. Can we talk about Trump cheating at golf? Oh my God, Jeffrey sent me the clip of that. That shit was hilarious. I hadn't seen it because I was at work. I was sleeping, whatever the fuck I was doing. I don't know, but I hadn't seen it. And so he sent me that clip, and watching the caddy just be like, and like just drop the ball to the side. Like, bitch, you're cheating on your own course. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, speaking of Scotland and Trump's visit to Scotland, I'm going to come back to that in just a second. I need to get a sip. Fox News and other news outlets that are very pro-Trump were showing footage of what they claimed to be Trump's arrival in Scotland, where it was packed with people who were cheering and like having the time of their lives. That footage was fake, y'all. That footage was fake. What was really happening in Scotland was somebody had gotten a van with big LCD screens on it with pictures of Trump and Epstein. That was happening in Scotland. People were protesting. I did post a couple of Tattoo Maven, spoiler alert, I was just kidding, protesting, and I did post a couple of pictures of that over on Threads if you're interested in taking a look at some of the signs that they had. They were protesting his arrival. But that footage, yes, you are correct. It was from a concert from back in 2016. It was not from Trump's arrival in Scotland. As a matter of fact, people in Scotland are not happy about him being there. So thank you, Katie, for the poop emoji, the pink poop emoji. It's a poop emoji because it's shit. If you know what that's from, you are my people. But yeah, so they were not happy about his arrival at all. You saw his arrival from the Scotland side. Scotland did step it up. They did not want him there. They call him Baby Carrot. Yeah, they don't want him there. They don't want him there at all. Thank you so much for the heart me's and the gifts. I appreciate you guys. The signs were awesome. I don't think that I have the thing saved in my phone because I have so much shit saved in my phone. I've been like crossing things out from the last year, getting rid of pictures and videos that I no longer find relevant to my life. And so I probably deleted them because I deleted a shit ton of screenshots. Yeah. This just in, Scotland doesn't like you, Donald. Shove your trade deal up your overinflated arse. Get your grubby wet hands off our NHS. Scotland hated Trump before it was fashionable. Scotland against Trump. Then there's another one. There's a woman who's high-fiving a police officer. Trump is a cunt. That's what it says on her sign. I know that we could probably get some insight from it's in Malibu. See, Jeffrey gets it. He knows that. It's a Chevy commercial. He has some insight, I'm sure, about what's going on in Europe and how people are behaving in terms of Trump. But I also did get some stuff from them when they had an event in Belgium where they were reading names of people who died in Palestine. I did watch the Hunter Biden interview. I watched clips of it. I didn't watch it in its entirety. And I love the fact that that man dropped so many F-bombs and he was like, fuck that guy, fuck that guy. It reminds me of Half-Baked. Fuck you, you're cool, fuck you, I'm out. The front page of their paper was pretty funny, Tad. The EU deal was shit. The reason for 15% tariffs was absolutely, like, it's unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary. Part of the EU did not have tariffs on it previously, but there was part of the EU that did. So it's, what do you think? Of course. I mean, look, I'm going to send you an invite the Fire Rises, and you can talk, because I'm not going to talk to you from the chat. Come on up. Let's have a conversation about it, why you feel that the tariffs for the EU were necessary. and you tell me how this has been beneficial to the American people. Thank you so much, Unfriendly Heathen. I appreciate you. I sent you an invite. You can come up and we can talk about it because I don't like talking to people from the chat. Like, I'll answer a couple of things, but if you're at work, let me help you. If you're at work, you should be focusing on your job. I'm just going to go ahead and drop you a block. There you go. Now the Fire Rises can focus on their job instead of being on TikTok. That's time theft. I helped him. I don't do that shit. I'll just unblock him though, because I don't leave him blocked. But this way it just kicked him out of the live completely. If you're at work, you should be focusing on work, not in the chat. You can listen from work. You can listen from work. But if you're going to argue in the chat, stop stealing time. Stop being a fucking freeloader. I did unblock him. It just kicks him from the live. So he can't be in here anymore. But I'm not going to argue from the chat. I'm not going to do it. If you want to have a conversation, I am super okay with that. I'm super all right with having a chat with people. Jeffrey said they absolutely hate him in Belgium. I know that many countries in Europe have, you can multitask, Stukas, of course. Well, you're friendly. You're allowed to do whatever you want. Because I know that you're being good, and if you're not being good, you're doing crimes and being gay. Am I live this time every weekday? I'm trying to go live at 8:30 in the morning, every day, Tuesday through Thursday. Mondays are hit or miss. It depends on how shitty my work night was. But I'm usually home by 8:30, and so I'll hop on before I take a shower and climb in bed and hang out with y'all for an hour. But my lives aren't going to be long. I don't feel like there's a need for all of us to sit here for like hours on end listening to me talk to myself. But if you want to, you're welcome to. I have a lot of things to do. I'm essentially working 3 full-time jobs right now. I'm doing content creation. I work my hospital job, and I'm a mom. So a mom to 3 kids who are a fucking handful at times. So, you know, I need a break at some point. I am honestly on the brink of being like burnt out so bad. Oh, I'm sorry, Femi. I try to stay on for at least an hour, so that everybody can come hang out for a little bit. I know 8:30 is early for some people, but I feel like 8:30 is kind of a sweet spot because most people like in my time zone are getting ready for work or they're on their way to work. Yeah, D, I work night shift. And the kids are still on summer vacation for 2 more weeks, and so I have them at home, and then we'll go back to the school grind where I got to drop kids off. Thankfully, one of my kids goes to school at night. They're in their senior year of high school. My older daughter has a car, so she drives herself to school. And then my little one is the only one who needs a ride, who is not so fucking little anymore. She has gotten so big. I remember like not even a year ago. It's 4:46 in Qatar. Oh, that's right. I forgot you're over there. Yeah, he goes to high school at night. He has the option to go to high school at night, so he only has to go a couple times a week, and then he just drops in to do testing and stuff like that. So he gets to do his school mostly online. But the little one, I remember like not even a year ago, like her little behind couldn't reach over the sink, like she needed a step stool to brush her teeth. She doesn't need a step stool anymore. She's lost all of her teeth. She's got one front tooth like hanging on for dear life. But like she's growing up so fast. Yes, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. She's growing up so fast. And she really wants us to do a battle against Johnny again. Because if you guys were here the last time we did a battle against Johnny, she has a time of her life shit-talking him. Jeffrey, just so you know, she wasn't on camera. I passed the mic over to the side, and she was like, "Don't let the boys win. Boys drool, girls rule." And he was talking a lot of shit to him. And of course, she got to do her "Rah!" because she loves doing that. But I didn't have her on camera, so I know y'all want to see what she looks like, but for her privacy, we don't do that. We don't show her little chicken nugget face on the screen. It's just for safety. Oh, she's going to her first day of daycare today. That's so cute. Johnny battles are great. Johnny always lies to me, too. Every time Johnny wants to battle, he's like, I only have like 100 people in here. I only have 200 people in here. And then, of course, the spies, like, I love y'all for having my back. We'll go over there and be like, Johnny has 2,000 people in there. And we will still beat him most of the time. Like, if we plan for the battle in advance and it's not just sprung on us, we beat Johnny every fucking time. If he just says, like, last minute, let's do a battle, he wins. But that's because he has 2,000 people in there. We'll beat Johnny with 100 people. If that. I am in Florida, yeah. Yeah, I am in Florida. Yeah, I don't. So in terms of the kids, my son doesn't like. He couldn't give a shit less. He actually is a streamer, so he streams on Twitch. So he doesn't care, but he doesn't even want to be on my social media, which is fine. I'm fine with that. But you guys will see my older daughter every once in a while pop in and say what's up. But she's also old enough to make that decision, and you know, consciously understand what it is that she's doing when she shows her face on screen. She has her own TikTok. She posts her own TikToks, and she has her own social media. So she has the capacity to understand what it is to show her face on social media. So you still don't know why MAGA they do like the abuse. I think they do like the abuse. Johnny is so mean. I don't know how Johnny doesn't get banned. If I said the things that Johnny said, immediately bananaed. Immediately bananaed. Good morning, Canton. I hope that you're going home today. I hope you're getting to go home today from the hospital, and I'm glad that you're doing well. We did talk to Canton yesterday. It is a weird thing with them. I don't like, they like when I'm mean to them too. They like when I'm mean to them too. Yes, you're going home today. Great. Remember to take it easy when you get home. Even if you're feeling great. No, you're not. Sit your butt down. Okay? So the funny thing is, Katie, it is a weird thing with them. Because when I'm mean, please be mean to me. When I'm mean, like, they have a degradation thing. They'll message me on Instagram. And I'm like, bro, no. I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm not doing that for free, you weirdo. Good morning, Bucks for Life. I'm starting to get, like, really hot because I have coffee with a shot of espresso, and then also, I took my ADHD medicine, and it's starting to kick in. So I'm like, I got the zoomies. I gotta wait till I get over, like, that first 15 minutes of it kicking in, and then I'm gonna be like, nap time. 3 years. That's amazing, Baron. Everybody drop some W's in the chat for Baron, because Baron said yesterday marked 3 years that they completed chemotherapy for their pancreatic cancer. So 3 years, cancer free. Everybody drop W's for Baron in the chat. We love it. We love it. Yes, coffee with a yes, it does make me sleepy because I have ADHD. I actually have ADHD, but that's a whole nother story. I guess that's what they call it, because I'm on the spectrum as well as having ADHD, so that's fun. That's something that I found out about myself this year. I always knew I was neurodivergent, but then I started talking to my psychiatrist, and they're like, "So I'm gonna tell you something. You're autistic," and I was like, "No, I'm not." They're like, "No, you are." And so I went through, like, a whole bunch of stuff with them, doing testing, just to know, because, like, what does it matter at 40 years old? Who gives a shit? But yeah. So that makes sense as to why I am the way I am. But Jeffrey knew that. So you can get a DX from a psychiatrist. Well, I had to go through additional testing too. But yeah. Shut up, Jeffrey. Jeffrey said I knew all along. But you loved me anyway, and that's so sweet. Peanut butter M&Ms. Yo, if I had peanut butter M&Ms right now, I'd be facing that shit. I probably shouldn't be drinking any more of this coffee, because I'm actually really hot. I'm gonna put my hair up. I need to take a break. It's hard to get the testing covered through insurance as an adult. That's part of the problem, though. There is a company out there. If you guys join my Substack, you'll be on my email list. I think I'm gonna open the chat, the chat, so that it's not. I haven't posted much on Substack because it's been a really busy week, but I'm gonna try and do a newsletter once a week. I will put that out. I don't know if I should create like a broadcast channel on Instagram maybe, so that you guys can get that information. But let me look and see if I can get it on Threads now. It's like $400 to do the testing out of pocket, but they've started accepting insurances. How do I find out who I'm following? I think her name is Laura. I'll find the information for you guys, but you can self-pay for testing if that's something that you want. Good morning, STLAVA. You can post videos, you can go live, and you can post art. You can post anything on Substack. I have a free sub right now. Like, nothing is behind a paywall, and I don't intend on putting anything behind a paywall. I just started it, but I am going to post something today on Substack. So it's been hard, guys. News in 60 seconds. I've been slacking on it. I had a video that started to go viral and it died. It was that DMX video, which was fucking hilarious. Like, that shit cracked me up making it. But between making content and everything else, it's been rough. I also haven't been like in the best place mentally. So, you know. And that's my fault. It's my fault because I've been burning myself out. I haven't been taking enough time for myself. Like, I'll go get my nails done. I'll go get my lashes done. But that's an appointment. That's something that I've obligated myself to. That's not just like me waking up and be like spontaneously doing something for me. You know, making appointments and doing shit is rough. I think the only thing that I posted on Substack is a couple of notes in my intro post, and that's really it. But that being said, it is... Oh, okay, we got some new followers over there on Substack. Welcome to Substack. If you guys followed from there, from here, I appreciate you guys. I am going to be posting some stuff there. I do like to write. I actually really do like to write. It's just, I don't have the time. I wish my talk to text was a little bit more reliable, because I would sit there and dictate like a whole ass article if I could, but it's just not reliable. And then I got to go back and edit. And then I feel like I feel stupid. Right. It's an obligation to the overloaded schedule. Like, I don't do, like anything for me just to do for me. But next week, I think, because the kids are going to be out of camp, or my daughter will be out of camp, and they'll be like in that little window before they go back to school, that we're going to go to the beach and spend some time there. I have to look and see how much it would be to do an Airbnb, and I'll bring my mom and the dog and maybe just do one overnight so we have some time at the beach. Good morning, Crafty Leah. It's nice to see you. Because it feels like it's something else to do, Tattoo Maven. It's like, if I did it just to do it because I enjoy it and not because like I'm on a time schedule and like I have to get this article out, I have to, do these things for... Having subscribers is great and I love it. There's 100 of you just here on TikTok who are paid subscribers, and I appreciate that. But I feel like I have to do things for you guys, and I want to find a way to get things going so that you guys are continuously getting benefits of getting a sub, that it's not putting additional pressure on me, because it's so hard. I don't think people realize how much time goes into content creation. Like, I have meetings. Today's Tuesday. I have a meeting today at noon, like I have every day. But then at 6 o'clock today, I'm supposed to be going out to Orlando, and we're going to be doing a podcast. So I'm not recording the podcast tomorrow. We're going to go look at the studio space, but I'm going to be working with Jovan Bradley on a couple of different projects. And if you guys don't know who Jovan is, I encourage you to look him up, but also know that if you know that situation, that I had conversations with the other people involved. So don't come for me. But we're supposed to be doing a podcast project, actually, with one of the people that I made friends with here on TikTok, which would be MX Paycheck. I do not have a PayPal. I only have Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. I'm not going to give you my Zelle because it's connected to my real phone number. I do have Cash App and Venmo, though. I don't know what's going to happen with the podcast. To be honest, that's like a whole nother thing I have to come up with, what's it called? Topics to talk about, and we have to come up with a format and all of these things, and that's like another thing that's going to put something on my plate. I definitely wouldn't be doing it once a week to start off with, maybe once every other week or once a month, where we would do an hour to 2 hour long podcast. So Thank you for the tiny diny. That's my favorite. Look at his little feet. We also have Kayla Donald in the chat. Don't do anything for me. If you were going to send me something for coffee or for a beach or whatever with that, send it to Kay, who's right there in the chat. They need help so that they don't get evicted from their apartment. Send it to them. Financially, I'm fine. I was able to help some people out this morning with the money that I make. And so, when you guys gift here on TikTok, if people need help, every Wednesday I get a payout from TikTok, and I'm able to use the money for that. But also, I'm doing fine financially. I wish I was paying off my credit card sooner, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But I'd rather help people than worry about that. So help Kayla. Don't help me. I'm totally fine with how I'm doing. Like, I'll be fine for the beach weekend. So don't worry about that. But I also need help to get tacos. Hi, Love Bug. I was just talking about you. That every once in a while you come and say hi to everybody. That's all. There she is.
Two things.
Two things. Should I mute for these two things?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Did you see what Coach Lacey said
No.
about physical?
Oh, yeah. Can you call and make an appointment?
I have my physical done.
It needs to be uploaded back into that portal. But that was for 2024, 2025. They want a new physical for this year. Yeah, exactly. I rolled my eyes too.
Okay. Second thing.
Hmm.
Donna,
What time is her driver's license test? 11. You're getting really skinny. I need you to eat more foods. Okay. Eat some healthy foods. Okay. It's because all you've been doing is sleeping. Yeah. That's it.
I feel like there's more than.
I kind of want to get my septum pierced.
I want to get my.
You're not getting another piercing, ma'am. No. No. Eyebrow piercings are the worst piercings to get. Every single eyebrow piercing rejects and it grows out. You are cool. You're the coolest kid I know. You're the coolest kid I know. Oh, Jeffrey said to tell you, don't tap the glass.
I haven't listened to it yet. I'm in shambles right now.
Why are you in shambles?
Bro, him and Frank broke up.
Oh. He said, hi, little princess.
Hey.
Yeah, he can see you. He's on YouTube, but you have to actually be in the camera.
I look all.
So do I. You're beautiful. Look at that gorgeous face. That's because you look like me. Look, we twinsies. Go. What time do you have to go for Donna? Okay. Well, get ready to go then. Love you. That's my girly. I did, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna accept that collab because that's not the kind of content that I post on my page. I feel like you just want the MAGA to get mad at me, and they're already mad at me from my reels that I don't need them getting more mad at me. You know what? Fuck it. I'll do it for you. I'm sure you have more followers than I do, but I'll accept the collab. Cash App is telling me to accept $100. I don't even know what that is. Accept. There we go. I accepted your collab. Done. Oh boy, I got a whole bunch of message requests over on Instagram, which means I am going to have a whole bunch of people mad at me. I don't know what I did, but they're going to be mad at me. We are officially well over, it's not Amanda did it. It's Amanda informed. If that's the link that's in my link tree, it's wrong and I have to fix it. Let me check. I promise you everything is Amanda informed now. It's fine. Holy shit, that has a lot of views, bro. That has a lot of fucking views. I sent that to you to send it to you, though. Not for you to post it. Let's just make sure that you can't see anything about where I work on there. You can't. Okay. How are you doing, Kay, so far? Have we been able to make a dent in what it is that you needed? No, it's okay. It has 1,400 views. Like, it's totally cool. You're good. I'm glad that you that that you posted that. It's totally fine that you can post that. Oh yeah, you got 2,000 followers. You're doing pretty good. Those are some interesting masks that you have on your page. I will say that. Definitely made a dent. Good. I'm glad. Kay here in the chat with the 2 little hearts next to their name, unfortunately is in a dire situation. They work for the school system as a pediatric therapist, physical therapist. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. But they work in the school system. And if you know anything about the school system, then you know that a lot of people are essentially laid off for the summer, teachers included. So the money that they make during the school year, they have to budget that shitty salary that they get to last them through the summer. And so Kay is facing a difficult financial situation, so we're helping them out. And Kay is going to drop their pay stuff right there in the chat again, if you could, your CA and your V, so that people can see it if they want to help you out to try and help you avoid eviction. I'm sure that there are more people who would be willing to help. We only got 76 people in the chat because we have just been bullshitting for the last little bit. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. The news cycle should be kicking off for the day. Let's check what's in this RSS feed. Let's listen to this. We're going to listen to it together.
Facts are the facts. ICE is prioritizing public safety threats and national security threats. Numbers make it seem like we're all arresting, innocent people, disappearing people, kidnapping people. But the facts are the facts. ICE is prioritizing public safety threats and national security threats, and the numbers prove it.
So that was Tom Homan. That's what he said. Kay would have to be up on the panel, but they had like a wicked echo. We had a wicked echo, and so they had to drop from the panel. I will do a rose goal. We'll make it 100. That's $1. That's $1 worth of roses. There we go. That's not your girl. That's my daughter. You leave my daughter. She's mine. You can't have her. I don't have favorites. I have to say that. Thank you so much, Drew. Appreciate you. Kim, Katie's. Thanks. We got 51 roses already. That does help push out the live. I've been on for an hour and 13 minutes. We've talked about the First Circuit Court, who is going to be hearing about whether or not it was permissible for the Trump administration via executive order to end the temporary protected status of 532,000 people. We also talked about what happened in Manhattan yesterday, how 5 people, including the gunman, lost their lives due to gun violence. That's just another situation here in the United States where we're seeing people lose their lives. So there's that. Thank you guys for following me over on Substack. I appreciate you. Baron, I see that you left a comment. I will respond to you later. I promise that will happen today. I have a meeting in about 2 hours, so I need to go shower. It is hair washing day. We also did talk about Scotland hating Trump and Trump cheating at golf because he can't win anything, honestly. Like, let's be real. He can't win anything, honestly. He even has to cheat on his own golf course. So we talked about that. I got to wash my hair. I got to get ready for my meeting. Thank you, Drew, for subscribing on Substack. I do see that there's quite a few. David, that was something that I did have to talk about. Nikki just reminded me. I don't know who you guys know, if you know who Empathy Tour was. They had over 500,000 followers here on TikTok. They're running for Congress in North Carolina. They're an official congressional candidate. They announced their candidacy. They're running as an independent, but they had great content. Let me tell you what their Instagram is. I want to say it's The Empathy Tour, but I'm not sure. They have great content. Empathy Tour accounts. No, it just can't be, because that's not them. They did get banned here on TikTok yesterday. They were on live with Facts Still Matter. So it's official Empathy Tour. His name is David Clayton. His website is claytonfornc.com. You can find out more about him as a candidate if you're in the state of North Carolina and you want to support their campaign. I highly encourage you to do so. Also, Isaiah Martin. Let's support Isaiah Martin, Bernard Taylor. They're great candidates. I did have Josh Wheel's campaign reach out to me and ask if I wanted to interview him. That's something that I did last election cycle. He was running for Congress, but now he's running for Senate in the state of Florida against Ashley Moody. I don't know how I feel about that. There are some things that came out about Josh Wheel that I need to do some more research on. I would definitely interview him, but I don't know that I could endorse him as a candidate. But yeah, David Clayton, who is Empathy Tour on TikTok, lost their TikTok account. They are present on Instagram. Their Instagram is Official Empathy Tour. Again, Official Empathy Tour. I highly encourage you to follow them. They are the person who, if you've seen them on your FYP or on your feed, your Reels feed on Instagram, they start with, "Please don't scroll. I'm not MAGA. I have a conscience and a soul." So yeah. They're a great creator. They did lose their account. If you could send emails to TikTok if you have any valid emails, or you can make a video about it. But they are a congressional candidate, and they deserve to have their voice heard. I told them that they should apply for verification, but then they lose their monetization status. And they lost their whole account at this point. But yeah, David Clayton, he's a great guy. He's been a friend of mine for many years. Amanda is not running for Congress. I had a conversation with my kids about it, and they weren't thrilled about the idea. So we're going to skip this election cycle, and perhaps during the general election cycle, instead of the midterms, run for Congress then. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what life brings us in the next couple years. It is very expensive to be a candidate for Congress. But I am going to go take a shower. I'm going to go get ready for my day. Hopefully, I'll have time to put out some content for you guys here on TikTok, as well as Instagram and YouTube. I do need to do some long-form content on YouTube. My plan there is to do the news in 60 seconds here and then do an expanded version on YouTube. So we'll see. There's a lot of stuff going on, I appreciate you all being here. Everybody be good. And if you can't be good, be gay and do crimes. Have a wonderful day. I love you all. Goodbye. All right, we're done on TikTok. TikTok is closed down. It's just us here on YouTube and Twitch. I appreciate you guys for being here. Jeffrey being active in the chat over there on YouTube. You're the best. We love you. YouTube will get kicking off soon. The MAGA need to find me on their scroll. That's why we're scrolling. That's why we're streaming in vertical, because it helps push it out a little bit more. But thank you for being here if you tuned in over on YouTube. And have a great day. Same for you. Be good. And if you can't be